Top of the morning, back at it again with another one, and we're looking at the Nasdaq. I'm not recording at home right now. I'm currently on the road, so if the volume is a bit trash, my apologies. I'm just gonna try as much as I can to be as loud and articulate as I possibly can be, and let's get into it. We're looking at the Nasdaq via the M15. And I just put a vertical line to delineate where the day started off. So as you can see, Tuesday the 19th of March from midnight, that's where we currently are. You can see the rectangles at the bottom of the screen. These ones, the bigger ones, represent the daily or the weekly cycle. As you can see, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right? And now the one just above that, that delineates the daily cycle. So the various sessions we have today. We've had the Asian session, of course. The red one represents the London session. The green one is New York, AM, and then the bluish or whatever that other one is, that's the PM session. So we currently got through the first session. We're just going to look at this block here. And of course, this one subdivides each session into um, its individual quarters. Right, so that separates each quarter into quarters. That separates each day in the week to different quarters, and then that separates the days of the week into their respective quarters. If you haven't watched it's probably not dropped yet, but I'll see if I can just go YOLO and just drop everything once off type thing. I don't know. I'll see. But I have an explanation video that just goes into further detail as to how to read, interpret, and to use this particular indicator, as well as the name and such. So be sure to check that out. Yeah. So looking at the for the day now, the Asian session looks like we had an expansive move. We then accumulated in London as expected. We got a slight manipulation as well. And now we'll be looking for distribution during the New York session today. So as you could see, we accumulated, we claimed buy side. I, for one, am looking or anticipating shorts. I'm just gonna switch over to the hourly time frame and mark out the daily open so that we know. Okay, so we've marked out our daily open, the midnight open, and we'll be looking for shorts above the midnight open. I just had to start by marking out that hourly fair value gap, which also has the order block. So order block, daily fair value, I mean hourly fair value gap. We got the displacement to the downside. So the way it's set up right now, I'm looking for price not to trade up above that high over there. I'm looking for price to expand to the downside. I just marked out that low. That's pool of sell side liquidity. That's what I'd be anticipating price to pierce into from where it is now currently. So if we're measuring the range from that low to that high over there, this is the midway point or equilibrium, which looks like to be where we are right now. We're currently at equilibrium. We can see price pushed above that pool of buy side liquidity there, proceeded down, accumulated some more, and then we're just waiting for the 6 to 12 o'clock. No, apologies, it already started. I'm gonna break this particular quarter accordingly, and then 9 to 10, half 10, sorry, 9 to half 10, that would be ideally when we'd be looking to enter to the downside if price does indeed continue to provide us with a valid bearish setup. So for me, where I'm sitting, as long as you don't pierce above this high, the setup or the bearish idea remains valid and we continue to sell off to the downside there. Switching over to the M15. So I just marked out another fair value gap. That's the one in red. The lines in blue delineate the hourly fair value gap. So as long as, like I said, we don't trade above that high, a bearish idea remains valid. The ideal shorts will come above the daily open price as it's delineated with this horizontal line. Perhaps you could sell from this area there. We'll see. Or even the highest most fair value gap. I'm just going to mark that out and keep an eye on it moving towards the market open. Hmm. See, we have a gap there on the 4 hour, as you can see there. I'm just going to mark that out and look at this as a potential short entry position. So that 4 hour gap lines up nicely with that M15 fair value gap that we currently are looking at. So we'll see. Like I said, for me today, I'm looking for price to push bearishly, but we'll see what price provides us. Ideally from 9, that's when we'll be looking to take our entries. For now, we are currently in the second quarter of the days, or yeah, we are currently in the second quarter of today's New York session. As you can see there, the day. That's London's, I mean, that's the Asian session. Started at 6 EST up until midnight, and then midnight till 6, that's London. 6 until 12, that's New York AM, and then 12 till 6, that's London PM. So we'll see what price does. Bit ambitious, especially considering this is the day before the FOMC. But that's what I'm looking at for price to sell off, as I have so indicated towards the sell side liquidity. I'll definitely be entering this trade on my demo account, and then closer towards the time, I'll see if I should enter it on my live account. Without saying too much, that's the idea that I currently have or what I'm anticipating for the day. It'll be interesting to see how price pans out as opposed to this current plan that I have. So I'm thinking bearish power of three. We had the accumulation, had their manipulation there towards the tail end of London session. And now I'm just looking at New York to for price to trade up and then just continue selling off. But we'll see. The blue lines, the gap on the 4 hour, that's what I'm particularly paying attention to. And then my red blocks, those will be my M15 fair value gaps. And then I'll look for an entry on the M1, if not the M5. All right, for now, that's it for me. We'll keep you all posted. And yeah, thank God for the skill.